Are you ready to play the dating game?
Oh my God, you guys, let's talk all about the hit Netflix movie, Woman of the Hour, starring that one girl that sings the Cup song. What the hell? From Pitch Perfect? You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Anna Kendrick. Oscar-nominated actress Anna Kendrick. Yes, that's true. Look it up. Yes, Anna Kendrick stars as the contestant on the dating game who ends up going on a date with a serial killer. Yes, you heard the story. We all know the urban legend. It's actually based on a true story. And so is this movie. I did not realize that was the case. And I guess this is also like Anna Kendrick's directorial debut. We love that for her. Good for you, sweetheart. You better direct, girl. So let's talk about it. The Woman of the Hour. Anna Kendrick plays Cheryl, who is actually a real life person that competed on the dating game. In this film, and I say in this film because apparently they took many creative liberties with this movie. Cheryl is an aspiring actress, a down and out actress who moved to LA and she cannot afford it. But like, honey, you're singing my song. Is this movie about me? Yeah. So she's in LA. She can't afford it. And she's trying to land work. And she gets an offer to do the dating game. And she's sticking up her nose at it, thinking, oh, God, this is not the kind of shit I want to do. And she's got this one creepy neighbor who gives off that vibe. Like, honey, if you stick around, you're going to end up buried in a crawl space. Like, he's creepy. But she even pity fucks him, too. Like, you can tell she feels bad. She's like, fine, Gil, I'll have sex with you. Within, like, the first 20 minutes of this movie, it's like, oh, well, go on, girl. You get the charity and everything. Good for you. Like, I hope the best for you. You seem like a nice gal. While this is happening, we jump ahead. We're jumping back and forth, honestly. Rodney is a serial killer. We don't know this at first, but he's basically on location with a photo shoot with a girl who mentions that she's and he's taking her photos and everything. He asks her to turn around and beats the shit out of her, strangles her. He's a serial killer. And apparently this is like a pattern that's going to keep on happening throughout this movie. Like, this is his MO. Like, he strangles them, resuscitates them with CPR, and then kills them again. Like, it's overkill. It's too much. It's incel behavior, and I do not like it. But yeah, Rodney Aquila, the serial killer, based on a real person. He's actually the serial killer, the dating game killer as we know it. It's one of those often overlooked serial killer stories. Like, everyone knows, like, the major ones. This is one of those, like, lesser tiered ones. But he had a big body count, okay? So, yeah, let's talk about it. Anna Kendrick is down on her luck. She gets an offer to the dating game. And we jump right into it right away. Like, she's already at the set, basically getting walked through the motions. The host is kind of an asshole. The host is an asshole. And he's given this impression that he does not like women and he does not like his job. And he does not like it if the girls have a lot of sassy things to say. And she's even being prepped by, like, the makeup ladies. Like, whatever you do, just be nice, you know. Be charming, because the guys are all duds. Like, it's just here for exposure. So just make the most of this experience and try not to have too much back and forth with our host. Honey, she hears that and it's in one ear and out the other, okay? But here's the thing. What I like about Anna Kendrick, she's one of those actresses that, like, she's so likable. Like, I don't care what she's doing. She could be doing the most annoying thing in the world and just like, what a nice girl. Like, she doesn't even have to, like, try. She barely moves her finger and she gets under these guys' skin, right? And she's got some of the biggest duds on this panel, okay? All three of them kind of suck. The first guy's kind of cute, but he's like a big moron. You can tell it's like, honey, this is one night stand material. Like, there's nothing coming out of this. The second guy is trying too hard. And you can tell, like, he's trying way too hard to seem slick. And, like, you know, he's the guy you want to go home with. Oh, honey, no. Pickup artist vibes, big time. And third is Rodney, who's very charming on paper. But we already know he's a serial killer. So we're sitting there screaming, like, don't fall for it. Anna, be safe. Yeah, no. Anna Kendrick seems like she's kind of falling for it a little bit. Like, oh, okay. Because he's the only one that has a brain. Like, it seems like he's the only one that actually, like, isn't taking this as seriously and just having a good time like she is. And she looks at her little cards and eventually just starts tossing them out the window and she starts going off script, okay? She's improving, all right? And the host does not know how to react. You can tell he is pissed. She's having rapport with him and you can tell he does not like women talking to him. And it's awkward, but she's cool as a cucumber up there because she realizes, you know what? I got FaceTime on TV. This is why I came here to show what I can do. I'm like, honey, this is like the 1970s. Like, unless you're like a female comedian, they don't like that. But go you, okay? You kick down those doors, all right? The doors you've closed, honey. Yes. I'm out there marching with you, okay? I'm for it. It's just, I don't I don't see how in 1979 or 76 this is going to help you out, your career. Like, they kind of like you to play along. But she's a rule breaker, okay? She's a rule breaker, and we love that. We stand this behavior. We jump back in time, and we're in, like, New York or Seattle or something. Rodney Akala is across the street photographing things while a girl is struggling to take things up to her apartment, right? She's got, like, a 3-story walk-up, and she's got all this furniture, and she sees him and asks him for help. We cut ahead. They're hanging out. They are vibing, okay? He's telling her all about this nonsense, how he's worked with Roman Polanski. Total bullshit. Like, you know he's lying. Like, girl, photo booth at a fairground has more experience than you, all right? Come on now. Knock it off. He's giving her the full service, and she is falling for it until he eventually waits for her to turn around and knocks her ass to the ground. I actually like this girl because she fights back. She's fucking throwing vases and shit at him, but she eventually loses her footing and gets overpowered and gets killed. Cut ahead to a runaway teen. There's also like a runaway teen in this who's basically pulling scams and grifting. She like steals quarters from the laundromat, which like back in the day, you could do this. Like you could rig the machines to where you can like get it to open and you could open up like where the quarters are held. You could take all the quarters. I've only known one person that was able to do this. My old childhood neighbor, he used to know how to do that. Like we had a coin laundry in our neighborhood that had those old ass machines from the 70s. And he took like the quarter and like jerry rigged it and got it to like pop open and stole all the quarters. God, he was a juvenile delinquent. But I digress. She does this. She gets like a handful of quarters. It looks, she only gets like $3, not even. Like she got like $2.25. It's like, girl, it's not even a soda. But I guess like in 1979, she's like rich. What's $2 in 1979? Isn't that like, I don't know, $2,000 today? She's going to survive off this. But as she's sitting there counting her berries, she sees Rodney over there eyeing her up through a staircase. Like he's looking at her, peering at her like, you could be a model. Like he's already got his routine down, right? He knows exactly what to say to these girls. And I like this girl because you can tell she's heard this shit before and you can tell she's lived a life. She's like, what? What are you going to do for me, mister? I love it. Like she's tough as nails, right? Love it. She's Mamie Van Dorn in Girls Town. She's not taking your shit. Tell me exactly what you want. But she needs a place to go, so she goes in this car and she's going to get a ride. He eventually coaxes her to doing a photo shoot with him because he needs photos for his portfolio. Which again, if you're such an established photographer, why do you need shit for your portfolio? But these are questions you didn't ask back then, okay? Apparently it seems like you tell somebody anything and they'll just jump in your unmarked van. That's what they lead us to believe in like these PSAs and these movies that take place like the 60s and 70s. Like all you have to say is I got a puppy back there and like I'm there, all right? Don't even tell me. Put a hood over my head, all right? Couldn't be me. Will not be me. Will never be me. Yes, Seth. She is riding to no man's land in the middle of nowhere as he's showing her his photographs. And you can tell there's probably some photographs he doesn't want people to see back there. And he like snatches it back from her right before she gets to turning the page. And we cut back to the dating game. We're out there on break, right? And in the audience, there is a girl and her boyfriend and his family. And she recognizes him. And she is like seeing everything, okay? She's having a premonition. She's flashing back. She sees the day she discovered her friend's body. And she remembers her talking to this man. And she's like telling her boyfriend, like, look, I recognize him. He's the guy. I know he is. And he's like, honey, you are freaking out. Calm down. Always somebody telling the girl to calm down. It's like, if someone tells you I think they're a serial killer, just take them at their word. I would. Am I wrong? If someone tells me, look, James, that guy you're talking to, I don't really trust their vibe. It seems like they're going to murder you. I will take it at face value, depending on how hot they are. And the guy that's playing Rodney is not that hot. So I'd say, you know what? I'm inclined to believe you. But if they look like Ryan Reynolds, you know, I'm going to take my chances. The pool of men is thin out there, all right? You're going to fuck around, miss your man. So you just got to gauge it by how attractive they are. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to, on a scale of Rodney Akala to Ted Bundy, I'm going to take my chances, all right? What were they talking about? Right. So, yeah, she leaves. And as she's leaving, she trips over and knocks out like a transformer or something, right? The lights go out and fuck up everything. So they have to take a break. She's on her way to like the studio manager there so that she could tell him, like, look, call the cops. That guy ain't right. I can tell you right now, he's a serial killer. And basically, the person there is like, look, here, wait here, and this man will come talk to you and take your statement, and we'll make sure everything happens. And she's waiting there and waiting there and waiting there. Right? Meanwhile, they're on their break. Rodney comes over to the guy in the middle, who he's being a dick to. And he's telling him, like, look, I'm going to win this because I always get the girl. And I guess that's like his unofficial catchphrase. Like, he keeps trying to make it happen. It's like fetch, apparently. And like, Rodney, it's not going to happen. All right? Just give it up. Give up the ghost. Like, they eventually get heated, right? And they're like about to get in each other's face and fight each other. And he's like, well, look, let's exchange information and we can fight later, okay? So the guy gives him his address and Rodney hands him a little Polaroid picture and it's a dead body. And the guy that freaks out and drops, he's like, it's fake. It's not fake. Yeah, so the guys, of course, freaked out. They go back, they finish the game. She picks Rodney. Because again, like the other two guys were dads. He was like the best choice of them. They win an all expenses paid trip to like Carmel or Catalina or something. Someplace close by in LA that's like only like an hour plane ride away. They're not getting Hawaii, okay? It's 1979. It's the dating game. Actually, looking into it, I think the prize is even worse than that. I think it's just like a free trip to like Space Mountain or something. It was really like dull. Like someplace you wouldn't even want to go with a date. I'm going to jump forward now because I have to wrap this up. So she goes on a date with him, like outside the studio. She's like at a little tiki bar close by. And he's giving off a vibe where she's kind of digging it, but she's also just like not looking for a relationship right now. Like she wants to be an actress and she wants to like pursue her career. She doesn't want to be tied down. That's the 1970s. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to either. She basically ends the date. You know, they part their ways. She gives him a fake phone number and he can tell because he asked her to recite it and she doesn't remember it. He starts going in on her. And like confronts her, is like, so you have no intention of going to that island with me, do you? And she's like, I'm not going anywhere with you. You better work, bitch. I mean, you're probably going to end up dead, but I respect standing up for yourself. I'm always team stand up in it, but now's the time to maybe be a little nice. Like, he might just strangle you in this parking lot. Like, Molly, you're in danger, girl. She's slowly backing away and she runs to her car and he is like booking it past her, man. Like, he's like a linebacker, okay? He's like, onto her hood, right? And she's scared shitless. And she looks over and she sees people are coming out of the studio and she like looks back at him like, I will scream bloody murder if you don't get the fuck away from my car. He backs off. She gets in, locks that door, takes a breath, speeds off, and fucking leaves LA after that. And I don't blame you, girl. That's like a near-death experience that would get my shit right in order. Some influencers need this, okay? Like, honey, you need a few near-death experiences that just get your priorities straight. Like, she realized, you know what, this LA shit is not for me. I'm done. I don't want to do this actor thing anymore. I'm good. I'm going to go to Arizona or someplace. Fuck this. Yeah, and then we jump forward and see Rodney Epilogue with a teenage girl where he beat the shit out of her, tried to kill her. And she wakes up, and honey, she plays him like a fiddle. She's just like, wow, you were really rough last night. It's crazy. It's okay, though. It's fine. Like, she's playing him like a fiddle because she's going to get the fuck out of it, right? So she gets in the car, and they take a rest stop. They get gas. And as he goes in to take a leak, she bolts out of that car, baby. Like, she is in the wind. You can, like, look, and she's already, like, 16 miles away. Like, she turned into Superman, all right? It was Smallville up in here. You could see the fucking crops moving. She left a trail of dust behind her. You would have thought the fucking Roadrunner was playing her. She books into that diner nearby, calls the cops, looks in through the window, and sees his ass getting pulled out in handcuffs. Like, yeah, fuck that. Enjoy prison, sweetheart. We end with our epilogue where it turns out Cheryl ended up moving to Arizona and living her best life as a drama teacher, which apparently is what she's always been. She never was an aspiring actress as far as anyone knows. She just taught drama. Anna Kendrick just wanted to make the character more interesting, which again, like, as Dusty Rhodes used to say, never let the truth get in the way of telling a good story. I respect that. And Rodney Epilogue died in prison. Yeah, that's what happened. Now you're caught up. What'd you guys think? I thought it was pretty cute. It's a pretty standard thriller. Like, it's pretty easy to watch. It helped me. I had a bit of a problem when it came to, like, the hair and costuming. Like, Anna Kendrick and a lot of the women needed to, like, go harder with their hair. I noticed that in Hollywood, this seems to be, like, a running trend. They never go as hard on the hair with women. Maybe you think it's too much or something, but, like, put a wig on them, give them some big hair. Big hair was still happening in the 70s, especially in Hollywood. Girls had feathered hair, they had bouffants, their hairspray was there, okay? So go harder on the hair. Enough of this Marsha Brady flat shit, like the hair pulled back with the barrette. Not everyone wore their hair like that, especially in Hollywood. Like, only Marsha Brady did that. Just do the proper research, okay? It irks me. It's like my biggest pet peeve. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. So, Anna, if you're watching, next time you do a period piece, just tell your hairstylist, look, should we just do a bit more? That's all, though. Cute movie. I liked it, though. I'd see it again. I recommend it. What you guys think? This has been Woman of the Hour. I am Jaymes Mansfield. Be sure to become a gamer girl where you get exclusive emotes. I go live every Thursday for Thrilling Thursday. We're currently playing Resident Evil 4 and Skyrim. Thank you so much for being a gamer girl. Yes. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you in the live streams.